and they have their own duties to perform, and this will eliminate the confusion which can occur sometimes within a team, or when some people feel like they should be in charge or assume part of a leadership role, and each person and team has a defined space. Now let's look about the disadvantages of performance measurement. And disadvantages, the first disadvantage of performance measurement is it can lead to decreased levels of output. Means top performers may feel that the implementation of a performance measurement standard is unfair to them, and it may also require unskilled or untrained workers to reach metrics that are unattainable at their current level of training, and the end result is demotivation instead of output improvements. And it also can make communication difficult. Metrics must be defined by certain key terms and process, a natural reaction that people have when they encounter something they do not involve avoidance, or these people will shut down if they do not understand what is being asked of them, and which can cause communicate breakdowns. It can lead to lack of commitment, or also in order for performance of measurement to work, everyone on the team must be all for the process to work, or any negative commitment to the process will disrupt the metrics for others also, because you should not create any negative commitment between one person to the other person, and when it is happening it will create a miscommunication and it will have a disruption between the metrics for all other people also, which can then create a trickle down effect for other teams. In time, this creates conflicts between individuals and teams because they are essentially competing with one another instead of working together. And it is still judged through subjectivity. Although there are data points collected that help to make performance management less subjective, but still we have certain human element that is part of that process. And the other disadvantage is it requires some level of motivation and performance measurement systems. We have different types, how actually it works. Let's understand this, how the system works. Best practices in the organization are identified and expanded, and processes are benchmarked against the performance of outside organizations, and resources are used effectively and efficiently, and strategic activities are aligned to the strategic plan. And even we have three states how these measurement systems can be done. That is current state, which establishes right now regarding key association priorities, and desired state establishes the clear targets for those priorities, and evidence-based performance measures establishes measurable outcomes to bridge the gaps between current and desired states. So let us now look at what are the metrics that are involved in performance measurement. So whenever we talk that there are certain metrics which can be performance measurement can be done. So a metric is meaningful measurement taken over a period of time that communicates vital information about a process or an activity. And in some cases, it happens that in business, there are sometimes referred to as key performance indicators, which have performance measurement metrics or methods or systems. And to call them as best practice related to the performance being measured, we have certain characteristics, or characteristics of good metric is determined or defined with the help of the following things. And the first one is drives appropriate action, meaningful to the customer, that is the member or a donor, or simple, understandable, logical, and repeatable, and clearly defined, data that's economical to collect. It shows how organizational goals and objects are being met, and how to develop a matrix. To develop a matrix, it's a very important thing that from where we are getting the resources and how effectively we are measuring it. Because without any measurement, it's of no, there is no continuous improvement. Whenever we call it as world-class manufacturing thing, then the organization should be in a continuous motion of process or continuous improvement in order to increase the growth of the organization. And in order to increase that or to define that, we have certain key process or factors like sales, marketing, finance, human resources, IT, etc. So under that, the most important one is balanced scorecard. Balanced scorecard metrics we call, and it is developed by Robert Kaplan and from the Harvard Business School and David Norton in 1990s, who developed the balanced score metric system, where we will have four factors. If it is given, yeah, these are the four factors which will make the balanced scorecard system, that is user means nothing but the voice of the customer or the member, or financial objectives, internal process and change and growth potential. And also the next one is Six Sigma process. Six Sigma is also another tool that can be help us to improve workflow, minimize redundancy, and if we find any inefficiency, that can be eliminated with the help of Six Sigma process. And Six Sigma process or Six Sigma should not replace other initiatives, but instead offer a tactical methodology to determine the best approach for a given situation or a process. And the following is an overview of Six Sigma process. If you can just look at here, these are the Six Sigma, that is DMAC we call. And Six Sigma stands on the basic premise. Based on these things, if you can see, I think, is this visible to you all? Yeah. So if you can see here, Six Sigma stands on the base of, that is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. These are the six factors, or Six Sigma is called based on this one. And it's a tool which will help the organization to measure the measurement or the performance measurement. And under that, we have define means it will define the overall problem definition will be defined, and it's specific and complete as possible. And it measures the accurate, sufficient measurement and data are required, and data are the essence of many Six Sigma projects. And if you can just look at here, we have the other part is analyze. It is the measurement and data standard. Analyze to see if they are consistent with the problem definition and to see if they identify a root cause. Improve. Once the solution is identified, it must be implemented and the result must be verified with the independent data, whether past data are seldom sufficient or not. The next one is control. A verification of control must be implemented, and robust solution will be easier to keep in control than a qualitative solution. Next, we have business process as measured to satisfy customers. Manufacturing performance as yardsticks to assess progresses in satisfying customers. So how do we manufacture the process performance can be measured? In process defects on rework, returns of already delivered products, manufacturing cost, maintenance cost, inventory turnover, on-time delivery, lead time. Lead time, that is lead time for the production, cycle time, space efficiency, equipment availability, equipment performance efficiency, labor productivity, employee morale and motivation, accident frequency, and capital investment efficiency. So these are the different things or the yardsticks or the basis which are taken for the calculating the or assessing or progressing in satisfying customers. And measuring safety performance. ICAO. ICAO safety management system standards as recommended practices which will promote the development and maintenance of means to verify the safety performance of any organization. And in order to validate the effectiveness of safety control or safety risk controls, the analysis and assessment of how your company functions is to deliver its activities should form the basis for defining your safety policy that is related for safety objectives. And the next one is we have, these are the different factors or the problems that are being indicated. Means specific safety performance indicators are to complement the conceptual information required for effective safety performance measurement are lagging indicator. And the next one is leading indicator and HR performance measurements. Under that, the first thing we discuss is recruitment. Under recruitment, we have recruitment cost, recruitment conversion rate. For recruitment cost, we have a formula that is total cost of internal recruitment plus total cost of external recruitment divided by total number of employees recruited over a period of time. And recruitment conversion rate is devised, calculated, that is equal to number of candidates selected divided by number of candidates selected divided by total number of candidates into 100. And average recruitment time, this KPI measures the time it takes to recruit a candidate from the moment you publish the job advert, and it is calculated based on the average recruitment time is equal to total number of days invested in X selection process divided by number of selection process in question. Next, we have talent management. There is a little point in attracting the industry best talent if we weren't able to offer them a working environment in which they feel comfortable. And under talent management, we have a certain strategy that has been followed by the organization. Under that, we have abandonment rate. For this, we have a different formula, that is abandonment rate is equal to number of employees that leave the company over a period of time divided by average number of employees in the company during the same period. And employee turnover rate, I think it's visible to you all. Employee turnover rate is the formula, or how employees leaving the organization means in how many days, for how many days is staying in the organization. We have a formula that is total number of days that X employees stayed in the company divided by total number of employees in the in that company. And rate of employee absenteeism, this is also calculated based on the total number of hours not worked divided by total number of contracted working hours into 100. Next, we have salary competitiveness ratio. It is offering a fair salary whether it is in line job market or not. And it is calculated with the help of salary competitiveness ratio is equal to average salary offered by the company divided by average salary offered by an industry competitor. Means, for example, if A is working in XYZ company, so salary competitiveness ratio is calculated, and comparing the salary of the same standard of employee in the same type of company like YZ company. So that is nothing but salary offered by the company, present company, that is XYZ, divided by salary offered by the YZ company. Then we will get salary competitiveness ratio. Next, we have benefit satisfaction and internal promotion rate. And when we talk about internal promotion rate, it is calculated based on the employees promoted during a certain period of time divided by total number of employees in the company during the same period. Next, we have 90 days failure time. And this key performance indicator measures the percentage of new recruiters that stay in the company less than 90 days. So whenever an employee is working in the organization for less than 90 days, what is his key performance indicator that has to be calculated, and why is leaving the organization less than 90 days. Next, we have voluntary turnover ratio. If any employee wants to leave the organization, so how do we calculate the voluntary turnover ratio? Total number of employees that leave the company during their first year divided by total number of recruits during the same period. Next, we'll talk about training. And training is the another way of boosting team productivity and performance. It involves offering an appropriate tools and knowledge how to carry a specific task or specific work. And we have is productivity. Under productivity, we come across employee productivity rate, overtime hours worked, culture and employee branding. And under this, again, we have different points that has to be discussed. Next, we move to the block 5, unit 15, that is environmental impact on world-class manufacturing and green audit. So how world-class manufacturing on environment it is done, what all it will cover, different factors or the process, impact of world-class manufacturing on environment, that is global warming, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and health of human beings, the destruction of wildlife, environmental impact factors during manufacturing. When it is done under manufacturing, we have energy, resources, consumables, cutting tools, cutting fluids and lubricant oil, vegetable based cutting fluids, and environmental management strategies. Under this, we have the beginner who provides no protection from environmental risk, and the firefighter who provides minimal protection, the concerned citizen who provides moderate protection, and the pragmatist who provides comprehensive protection, and the proactivist who provides maximum protection. And next, we have environmental or green audit. Green audit is defined as an official examination of effects examination of the effects of a company has on the means whatever products you are producing and whatever you are doing through a company, that is especially we are talking as our subject is about manufacturing concerns. So we mainly concentrate on how the company is it affecting the our environment or not, and that is called green audit. And it is also known as environmental audit because every company or every organization has to verify their accounts or the record of books with an auditor. Then it will be an audit of any company. Now here we are doing green audit, means whatever the external thing the company is releasing into the water, ground, or soil or air, is it affecting our environment or not? If it is affecting, then it is called as environment. So in order to check that, checking whether it has an impact or not, it is called as environmental audit, or it is also called as green audit. And it can be better understood as compliance of environmental laws or audit of environment cost and environment impact assessment and carbon credit. And under this, we have industrial accidents. If you remember the Bhopal accident, Chernobyl and Exxon Valdez disasters have reminded companies that it's not sufficient to set corporate policies and standards on environmental health and safety matters without ensuring that they are being implemented. Next, we have regulatory developments, public awareness, litigation, environmental audit categories, a technical review, a management review, due diligence review, and definition of objectives of environmental auditing, that is environmental impact assessment we call it as, and scope of environmental auditing, reasons for environmental audit because there are pressures from environmental legislation, environmental liabilities and insurance costs, investments and decisions to buy facilities, detailed investigation of specific issues, corporate image and marketing opportunities, concern about the environmental impact of the organization generally, and past environmental accidents. And the audit protocol. We have certain protocol that has to be specifically followed by every green audit or environmental audit. They are going for that. And pre-audit activities we will select and schedule facility to audit based and select audit team members, confirm their availability, contact facility and plan audit. Activities at site, identify and understand management control systems, assess management control systems, gather audit evidence, evaluate audit findings, verbal report of findings to facility, post audit activities, carrying out the audit. And this we have audit interviews, documentation, public disclosure, Benefits of environmental audit program in India, world-class environmentally conscious companies, green operations management, product design for environment ability, waste minimization programs, waste audit process, green technologies, the recycling reconsumption system. And block 5, we discuss about globalization and world-class manufacturing. Under this, we have 4 units: ergonomics, business process reengineering and business process outsourcing, world-class manufacturing, Indian and international scenario, trends in world-class manufacturing. Ergonomics, its importance, cumulate trauma disorders, musculoskeletal disorders, domains of ergonomics, implementation of ergonomics in manufacturing industry, benefits of ergonomics. So first, let us understand what is ergonomics. Actually, it's something to do with seating or with the design of car control instruments, but it is so much more. Ergonomics applies to design of anything that involves people, workspaces, sports and leisure, health and safety. Ergonomics is the science of designing or arranging workplaces, products, and systems so that it will identify that they fit the people who use them. The word ergonomics comes from Greek ergo means work and nomos means law. Ergonomics create balance between work and effort. It also takes into account the need for movement throughout the day. To achieve best practice design, ergonomics use the data and techniques of several disciplines. Anthropometry, which talks about body sizes, shapes, populations, and variations. Biomechanics, muscles, levers, forces, strength. Environmental physics, noise, light, heat, cold, radiation. Applied psychology, skill, learning, errors, differences. And social psychology groups, communication, measures, behaviors, learning. Importance of ergonomics. Ergonomics plays a vital role in improving productivity. And though it is a fact that ergonomics itself do not produce anything, but it is mostly used in the organizations, so it will affect the human operator. Noise and vibration, heat and cold, work rest cycles, organizational factors, and occupational safety and health administration identifies that manual materials like handling as a primary source of compensable workplace injury, with 4 out of 5 injuries related to low backs. Occupational Safety and Health Administration identifies manual materials handling as the primary source of compensable workplace injury, with 4 out of 5 injuries that are related to the lower back. And this is because manual materials handling task comprises significant risk factors. They are pushing and pulling materials or carts, lifting or and carrying heavy loads. Frequency of manual material handling tasks like lifting, carrying, and pushing, bending and reaching, twisting of the body, and exerting force to perform tasks. In addition, it should be noted that ergonomically designed work environment will make employee to concentrate more on his work rather than on his discomfort in work. And it was proven that the goods ergonomics will increase the productivity as well as efficiency of the organization. And workers in manufacturing environment are prone to injury, especially musculoskeletal disorders, and this is known as cumulative trauma disorder, and is prevalent in the manufacturing industry due to the type of day-to-day tasks completed by employees, including repetitive actions, awkward postures, high forces, and exposure to vibration from tools and equipment. And types of cumulative trauma disorders, we have tendon disorders, nerve disorders, and musculoskeletal disorders. They have like pinched nerve, herniated disc, carpal tunnel syndrome, tarsal tunnel syndrome, sprained muscle, muscle tear, arthritis, overexertion. And the cause for the musculo disorders, we have work related factors like high task repetition, forceful exertions, repetitive or sustained awkward postures, individual related risk factors, poor work practices, poor overall health habits, poor rest and recovery, poor nutrition, fitness, and hydration. And domains of ergonomics, we have physical ergonomics, that is workplace ergonomics. Benefits of workplace ergonomics, we have low cost, high productivity, better product quality, improved employee engagement, and better safety culture. And cognitive ergonomics, we have discipline for better user experience. Organizational ergonomics, we have different things, that is unit of command, responsibility, authority, motivation for work, implementation of ergonomics in manufacturing industry. Here we can see this is a neutral position when they are doing and standing, the right side, monitor tilting, and standing elbow height. And if you can just see and say seat position should be like this, but if anything goes wrong, then they are going to have the lifelong disorders which may be causing the health issues. Tools of equipment Lifting and moving ergonomics means by lifting also they are going to get the back problem. That is lifting aids that is can lift, turn, and place turn materials to reduce awkward postures, and lift assist devices by employing mechanical devices to lift materials. The force on the worker's body is generally greatly reduced. Transportation devices lift within the lifting safety zone, elbow to knuckle height, use of proper lifting techniques, bend hand hips, pushing and pulling ergonomics. And whenever you push and pull, what are the defects or the problems that an employee or the labor is facing throughout is the process. And you can just look at this picture and depict the problem that are been arising, that is opt for push instead of pulling, or pushing uses the body's stronger back and leg muscles. And good body mechanics, we have position hands, shoulder with aparted chest height, and contract abdominal slightly and slightly arch low back muscles. Bend elbows, retract shoulder blades, and push chest out. Drop hips with feet flat and shoulders width apart. Environmental ergonomics. Ergonomically designed workstations, good lighting conditions, that is direct lighting, indirect lighting, direct indirect lighting, and shielded lighting. Noise controlled workplace, benefits of ergonomics. Ergonomics reduce cost, ergonomics improve productivity, improves quality, improve employee engagement, creates a better safety culture. Next, we have business process reengineering and business process outsourcing. BPOs and KPOs we call. BPO means business process outsourcing and KPO means knowledge process outsourcing. And this has born mostly during the LPG, that is 1991, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Because of this, there was more of BPOs entering into our nation and KPOs. And here BPR, that is business process reengineering, is also referred to as business process change management or business process redesign. It represents the analysis and design of the workflow and methods within an enterprise or and with external entities as well. But whereas business process outsourcing or BPO is a business practice in which one organization hires one another to perform a task that the hiring organization requires for its own business to successfully operate. So the journey from BPR to BPO has following steps: the simplification or removing unnecessary steps in the process, standardization across business offices and geographics, and shared services or realization of economies of scale from a shared device or shared service center within the organization, outsourcing or identifying process that could be better implemented by an external outsourcing specialist for efficiency. And this is BPO, that is BPR, business process reengineering. You can just see it's a cycle where starts with identifying the process, review, update, and analysis to what extent the work has been done or completed, and designed to be done, designed to be whatever it's designed. One design is done, it should be tested and implemented. Again, we have to, so it's a continuous cycle. And BPR has been given by Michael Hammer and James Champy in 1990s, published a book, Reengineering the Corporation, where they have explained or taken the term of business process reengineering. Hammer and Champy suggested the following seven principles in their book, that is organize around outcomes, not tasks, identify all the process in an organization and prioritize them in order of the redesign urgency, integrate information processing work into the real work that produces the information, treat geographically dispersed resources as though they were centralized, link parallel activities in the workflow instead of just integrating results, put the decision point where the work is performed and build control into the process, capture information once and at the source. Under that, the first one is identify and communicate the need for change, risk of failure, put together a team of experts, that is senior manager, operational manager, re-engineering experts, risk of failure, and step three, that is finding the inefficient processes and define key performance indicators, information technology, risk of failure, and step four is re-engineer the process and compare KPIs, challenges, advantages, and limitations of BPR. That is challenges and its advantages. Challenges mostly it will have and seriously impact everyone in the company, and sometimes this can cause even can appear to be a negative change for some, and some employees might, for example, think which is not possible actually, because it may, as an employer it may work very good and soft and sound, but when in the point in the perspective of employee, it is not that much easy to implement the BPR, that is business process reengineering. Advantages, its limitations. Now business process outsourcing, and it's the contracting of non-primary business activities and functions with third-party providers. Business process services include payroll, human resources, accounting, and customer call center relations. It's all divided into two categories, that is back office and front office. Back office means business functions which are such as billing and purchasing. And front office means outsourcing, which includes directly related to customer related activities such as marketing or technical support. And in addition, the functions that are performed by other party can be performed on site or off site. And people factor is evaluated based on the lines of the job market, that is workforce education, level of language or language barriers, past outsourcing experience, and employee retention. When it comes to environment, however, India lags behind countries like Canada, Australia, and Ireland. And KPOs, that is knowledge process outsourcing, that is concept and advantages. It's nothing but the upward shift of BPO in the value chain. All BPO companies that contribute to provide basic backend or customer care support are moving up this value chain. And unlike conventional BPO, where the focus is on process expertise, in KPO, the focus is on knowledge expertise also. And advantages is accelerate engineering benefits, re-engineering benefits, access to top class capabilities, cash infusion, optimal use of resources, solution to difficult problems, focus on main business, and best use of financial resources, cost reduction, and minimum risk. Differences between KPO and BPO and its benefits, risks. World-class manufacturing in Indian and international scenario. So world-class manufacturing is what is the role in India as well as in the international, how it is it working? And here we will discuss what are the different factors that are affecting manufacturing in India, what is the ease of doing business in India, and Indian company infrastructure, Indian companies global standards from manufacturing excellence to world-class manufacturing, India's global presence, strategic use of IT in Indian manufacturing. So, what are the factors that are favoring manufacturing in India? Or obviously, as geopolitical risk is diminishing consistently, and in contrast with some India's emerging economy rivals in Asia, and all the above, the India has a demographic advantage that it should see its working age population continue to grow well into the century, increasing wealth and reducing cost. And here we have discussed that these are the ease of doing business. That is, World Bank Business Report 2019 has given a record a jump of 23 positions against a risk of 100 in 2000, placing at 77 rank among 190 countries. And India has improved its rank by 53 positions during the previous 2 years and 65 positions in previous 4 years. For the last couple of years, India has made the following reforms to improve the ease of doing business. That is, when you were starting a business, it has integrated the multiple applications forms into a general incorporation form. And India also replaced the value added tax with GST, that is goods and services tax, for which the registration process is faster. And we should getting credit, trading across borders, that is also required, and paying taxes. And that ease of doing business is starting a business, getting credit, trading across borders, dealing with construction permits, paying taxes, enforcing contracts. And Indian company, India's GDP is estimated to have increased 7.2% in 1718 and 7% in 1819. Next, we have infrastructure. Because industrial locations are complex in nature and these are influenced by the availability of many factors such as raw material, land, water, labor, capital, power, transport, and market. Without this, there is no industrial location that are available and they are ready to keep their or to set up their organization. And these are the few facilities that are in India. They require it from the competitors to be protected. That is top of the value chain, global manufacturing exports hub, industrial parks, national investment and manufacturing zones, special economic zones, sector specific clusters, country specific zones, industrial corridors, and we have Indian companies' global standards. Indian companies are becoming renowned for their adherence to global quality standards. Already, India is the amongst the cultural among the countries with highest tally for 2007 with TPM, that is Total Product Process Manufacturing. Uh, Excellence Awards conferred by Japan Institute of Plant Maintenance, and it can proudly claim to have 15 Deming Awards winning companies amongst the highest tallies fingers outside Japan, and one quality medal for the winner is given. So these are the different standards that has to be maintained. You can just see the number of products under MAN certification, how it will be done, how it will be checked. Oil pressure stoves, medical equipment, automobile accessories, food safety related products, household electronic goods, cement, valves, cylinders, electronics and IT, and steel. So this is how it has been increasing. And from manufacturing excellence to world-class manufacturing, how it can be moved. India's global presence, and we all know that India is the top performers in the manufacturing sector in the world, and it is taking the some of its factors which will highlight India's present global market. That is, it's the largest three-wheeler market and second largest two-wheeler market in the world. It is the second largest jewelry market and largest diamond cutting and polishing center in the world. India's textile industry is the second largest in the world trade cotton industry. And Indian chemical industry ranks 12th by volume in the world for production of chemicals. Strategic use of IT in Indian manufacturing. And you can see here Aries architecture where data control functions, everything are under control. And when we talk about data, we have semantic data model, relational schema, physical database schema, and control process chain model, data flow model, event control, topology of distributed systems, trigger, database transactions, network control, interaction management, function model, module design, mini specs, program flow, and under this we have conceptual model, technical model, and implementation. Even here also, that is organization chart is conceptual, network topology is technical model, and physical network implementation is physical model. That also. Next unit is trends in WCM, that is world class manufacturing. Here we talk about Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0, and what are the emerging trends that have been there in Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. Let's discuss. Actually, this is the fourth industrial revolution, which is revolutionizing manufacturing by providing manufacturers with opportunity to utilize advanced manufacturing capabilities and information technology throughout the product life cycle. As a result, manufacturers are benefiting from increased visibility into operations, sustain substantial cost savings, faster production times, and the ability to provide excellent customer support. So, what actually Industry 4.0 is talking? The world-class manufacturing model is a dynamic, consistently evolving. The only way manufacturing manufacturers can stay ahead of competitors and win market share in India in today's quickly morphing environment is to embrace change. Those who wish to thrive and not just survive or leveraging the latest in growth inducing industry 4.0 technologies just to have continuity even though you have studied about 4.0. Every facets industry are explained before. Another, the most important one is Internet of Things. Manufacturers are increasingly leveraging the Internet of Things, which entails the interconnection of unique devices within an existing internet infrastructure to achieve a variety of goals, including cost reduction, increased efficiency, improved quality safety with compliance requirements and product production or product innovation. And IoT's existence is primarily due to three factors, that is, widely accessed internet access, small sensors, and cloud computing. Most of the leading manufacturers believe that IoT to products will increase profitability over the next 5 years. Next, we have big data. As data comes from various sources such as online purchases, multimedia forms, instruments, financial logs, sensors, text files, and others. And this all data is unstructured. So this has to be semi-structured or structured. So unstructured data includes data from blogs, digital audio, video feeds, digital images, can email, mobile devices, sensors, social networks, and tweets, web pages, and online sources. Semi-structured data include data from source system log files, XML files, and text files. Structured data which has already been processed in some way includes OLTP, RDBMS, transaction data, and other formats. Next, we have data science. It's an upcoming or booming technology which is going to rule the total market. And data science enables business to process huge amounts of structured and unstructured big data to detect patterns, over which patterns should be followed. Predictive maintenance. A breakdown in critical equipment is costly to manufacturers both in terms of repair as well as downtime and loss of productivity. According to Information Technology Intelligence Consulting, 98% of organizations say a single hour of downtime cost over $1 lakh, ensuring that all equipment is functioning optimally, therefore, remains a key priority for manufacturers, many of whom are turning to a predictive maintenance technology to do so. And widespread adoption of predictive maintenance could reduce companies' maintenance cost by 20% and unplanned outages by 50%, which will extend the life of the machine. And augmented reality, AR and VR, that is virtual reality. So assistive technology such as augmented reality and virtual reality also will continue to create mutually beneficial partnerships between man and machine that positively impact manufacturers. Due to VR, that is virtual reality, software interacting seamlessly with computer aided designs, product developers can use VR to quickly make modifications to the products during the product design stage before they go into modeling and manufacturing process. And additive manufacturing, 3D printing, manufacturer will benefit from faster, less expensive production as a result of 3D printing. It makes rapid prototyping also. Information technology business management tools. So these are different tools, that is ERP systems, supply chain, shifting focus from B2B to B2B, B2C, increase profit, faster time to market, brand control, price control, better customer data, emergence of clean technology, and then comes the Industry 5.0. We are still in the midst of Industry 4.0, where manufacturing has taken on the label of smart through the integration of IoT, AI, cyber, physical systems, and cloud and cognitive computing. And the basic principle behind the fourth industrial revolution is that by chaining machines, intelligent devices, and systems, manufacturers are creating smart networks throughout the value chain that can control each other. And it is in presumption that it may reach within as soon as possible. Industry 5.0 can be already be seen on the horizon, like a faster technology like IoT and big data are involved, and it adds a personal human touch into the Industry 4.0 pillars of automation and efficiency. And latest trends in manufacturing for 2020 are recalibrating agility, planning for post pandemic, supply chain reassessment, new take on reshoring, employee safety and health, data driven maintenance as a margin enhancer, increased reliance on virtual process. So that's all about your the world class manufacturing. This is the format of your question paper. Thank you all.